The European Court of Human Rights has ruled defaming the Prophet Muhammad falls outside the limits of acceptable speech. Judges rejected an appeal from an Austrian woman who'd been seeking to overturn a conviction for insulting Islam.
The domestic courts comprehensively assessed the wider context of the applicant's statements and carefully balanced her right to freedom of expression with the right of others to have their religious feelings protected and served the legitimate aim of preserving religious peace in Austria.
The woman, identified only as ES, held 2 seminars back in 2009 called Basic Information on Islam. She reportedly used the classes to characterise the Prophet as a paedophile for marrying a 6-year-old. That led to a conviction in 2011 for defaming religious doctrines and a fine of nearly €500. Her appeal on the grounds of free speech had earlier also been rejected by the Austrian courts. We put the story up for debate.
This is about a faith. Of course, Muslims don't like that their Prophet Muhammad is being criticized, but he should be in this instance. You know, we should have free speech. I'm sorry.
I, as a Muslim, will welcome any sort of dialogue or discussion with any critic of Islam, as long as it's civil and we sit down and we talk. But if somebody actually turns around and abuses and becomes abusive, then that's a different kettle of fish.
It's cultural discussions. It happens in our societies. So Islam must be ready also to be tackled, to be questioned about certain things that are not acceptable. There are also legislations now against Islamophobia. Why?
Why not?
People should be free to be Islamophobic, as some people are anti-Christian, for example. So it should be free. We should have free speech. And it goes as far as saying, in some instances, that Prophet Muhammad was very wrong.
You know, we cannot allow people to use the concept of freedom of speech, which actually I think is a very important thing to have. But we cannot allow people to use and abuse that to become racist, demonize a group of people, and then make him into others, and then make him less valued, and then promote fascism.
Oh, come on. Anti-Semitism is racism, clearly. But Islamophobia is against a religion, and that can be tolerated. Sorry, that's an opinion. That's my opinion.
No, look, you're really hiding behind the fact of the matter is, I don't want fascism to come back in the streets of Europe.
There is no violence on the part of Europeans towards Muslims. They are welcome in Europe, but they must remain in the private sphere.
Look, Muslims welcome in Europe? That is a racist thing to say. You know, these are people who are part and parcel of
what
European.
Crap are you saying there?
Look, what you mean? No, you're just saying welcome. Of course they're welcome. They're Austrian. People who are Austrian, and they've been Austrian since 1905.
There are 600,000 Muslims in Austria. So what do you want to say there?
They don't need you to welcome them. They belong to Austria. This language of exclusion, this language of otherness is exactly what I'm talking about. The reality is that we can't sort of have one set of rules and laws for one community, another one for another.